Grand Theft Auto 6 is one of the most talked about games in the world, despite not having any raw gameplay out in the wild. Unless, of course, you count the leaked in-development gameplay from a few years ago. As of recording this video, GTA 6 is set for a May 2026 release date. And recently we just got a report regarding where the game is at in terms of the launch and how big this launch is set to be, which is really exciting. Guys, we have a lot to cover, so check the video chapters for easy viewing, and let's dive in. But real quick, guys, okay, you guys know how much I love strategy games. Well, I have one that's dangerously addictive, and it's called Heroes of History. It's like 1 second I'm pulling for a hero, and then the next thing I know, Cleopatra, Hercules, and Robin Hood are literally teaming up in my lineup. Like, what are we talking about here? Well, the best part, it's stress-free. Nobody's raiding my city while I'm offline, so I can jump in for quick sessions or lose hours chasing that one more pull feeling. And with the first anniversary event going on right now, there are massive rewards like unlocking Amelia Earhart, Mozart, or even Alexander the Great as 5-star heroes. It's stuff that you don't want to miss. Now, here's the bonus. If you download Heroes of History, use my link or the QR code on the screen, and use the promo code 1YearStart, you'll get a legendary antimatter plus food and scrolls for free. That means you could summon a 4 or even 5-star hero right away. So yeah, support the channel, join the anniversary celebration, and start building your own civilization today. So download Heroes of History via the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen. And a big thanks to Heroes of History for partnering with me on this video. So recently a report came out describing some phrasing that was recently found on Rockstar's website that seems to reveal how big they're expecting the GTA 6 launch to be. Everyone in the gaming world tends to agree that the GTA 6 launch is going to be the biggest in gaming history, but this recent report reveals just how big the developer is expecting this launch to actually be. Rockstar recently posted a job listing for a lead software engineer that they're looking to join the team specifically to help them ensure that GTA 6 launch goes smoothly next year. But here's where it gets interesting. In the job listing, Rockstar said this, and I quote, "With the continued growth of Grand Theft Auto Online and the upcoming release of Grand Theft Auto 6, the successful candidate will lead both the evolution and operation of the data platform, supporting what will be the largest game launch in history, ensuring it scales to deliver an exceptional experience for millions of players worldwide." Now, interestingly enough, after people started to notice this job listing and passing it around the internet, Rockstar actually went in and removed that paragraph where they mentioned how many people were expecting the game to be on launch, but the archived versions of the original proved that it was there at one point. And Rockstar, for one reason or another, decided to scrap it once people saw it, which is always very suspicious. So now we know for an absolute certain that Rockstar is anticipating several million players to be getting on GTA 6 on day one, which is pretty insane. And on top of that, various analyst reports are now claiming that GTA 6's immediate impact on the gaming industry is going to hover around $2.7 billion, which is presumably game sales plus hardware sales driven by the game itself, and potentially other games being bought by people who are getting new systems because of GTA 6, which that right there is an insane number. So according to Rockstar, they think this game will be the biggest launch in history, which, I mean, let's be real, guys. I think we all agree that that's probably going to happen, but to see this in a job listing, it really just shows confidence in their product, which again, it makes sense that they're confident in it. Like, they spent a bunch of money all this time. Of course, they're expecting this game to be the biggest launch in the history, but perhaps due to the like investor reasons or, you know, stuff like that, they decided to just pull that just in case. And then who knows, maybe they'll add it back like later in a statement. So yeah, GTA 6 is set to be the biggest launch in the history of games. May cannot get here soon enough, but I have another thing to talk about because there's been a lot of talk about the PC port of GTA 6 because though Rockstar has confirmed a PS5 and Xbox Series X and S version of GTA 6 will be available at launch, literally everyone knows that there's going to be a PC port as well. We just don't know for sure when it's coming out. It's Rockstar's tradition to delay the PC ports of their games by at least 1 or 2 years, so they're able to double dip on sales and keep the hype train chugging along past the initial launch. But with how much PC gaming has grown since the last Rockstar open world game released, that being Red Dead Redemption 2, it's becoming increasingly possible that GTA 6's PC port gets released way earlier than expected. Like, it could be within the first like 3 months. The last Rockstar game was RDR2, which launched in 2018, but since then, PC gaming has absolutely exploded in popularity to the point that PC gaming is actually growing more than console gaming, And a huge percentage of Rockstar's audience is on PC as opposed to consoles. Like obviously like the console numbers, we don't know the exact details, but let's just say Rockstar has been crushing it on the PC platform. Both GTA Online and Red Dead 2 have had gigantic PC communities, and they still do. And Rockstar has even confirmed that they're working alongside some PC modding and the roleplay communities that they had just announced for No Pixel. So they're clearly aware of just how much of a market there is for GTA 6 on PC. I have a feeling that in terms of like the No Pixel stuff, it's very possible that GTA 6 gets modding like really quick for the PC port. Now, on one hand, I think Rockstar is going to be pushing this PC port out much quicker than the previous versions, but on the other hand, they know how much money that can be made by delaying the PC port simply for the sake of double dipping the sales. A lot of PC gamers still have at least one console in their house and will buy GTA 6 twice, me being one of them, so that way they can experience it on launch day and then play it again on their PC. I literally just went out and bought a PS5 Pro just for the prospect of having GTA 6 run at like 60 FPS on that console, even though I don't think it will, but I think there might be some quality options. So that's the reason I did it, but I will also be playing this game on PC. With how massive this game is going to be, even if just like 1% of the buying base decides to double dip and buys a second copy of the game, that's a huge amount of extra revenue going into Rockstar and Take-Two's pockets. So even though the PC port is inevitable and everyone knows it's coming, I still think it's going to be delayed by at least 6 months after the Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Like, they might be able to get it within the 3-month window. There's just too much money to be made on double dippers, and Rockstar is not going to leave that money on the table just to push up the PC port a little bit more. Like, they're gonna delay it because why wouldn't they? Like, it's seriously, it's literally free money. But whenever you talk about GTA 6, you can't forget to mention the possibility that there is yet another delay. And at the time I'm making this video, it's looking more and more like that there is going to be another pushback, but this time it won't be as significant. According to several trusted gaming insiders, there has been a chatter going around the industry that Rockstar and Take-Two are planning to push the release date back to later in the year, possibly around September or October, which would actually be in line with when Rockstar usually releases their games. And frankly, I think that makes sense because even though Rockstar has released 2 different trailers for GTA 6, and even though the game is still supposedly dropping in less than 9 months, they still haven't opened up pre-orders, they haven't announced a collector's edition, even though we know that there's going to be one, and we haven't even gotten any raw gameplay. With all of that, it's actually really hard to believe that this game is going to be coming out in May of next year. Like, I just don't see it happening at this point. And I know that AAA publishers are trying to do shorter marketing cycles these days, and Take-Two CEO has even talked about how they're trying to keep the marketing periods shorter than they used to be. But at the same time, May of 2026 is only 8 months away, and this is GTA freaking 6 that we're talking about. The media blitz for this game is going to be massive, and everyone knows it, but as of making this video, there is next to no marketing going around. There's no pre-orders live. Like, I just don't see how this game is going to come out in May of 2026. Now, I am fully expecting there to be another trailer that's dropped like before the end of the year, possibly December, maybe at the Game Awards, but I doubt that. And there will be a new release date at the end of it, most likely, probably for September or October. And then after that, the pre-orders will go live. Again, it's hard saying. I do think that there's a possibility that May is the release date still, but we have to be realistic here. Basically, until they start taking pre-orders, I'm expecting more delays. But as soon as the pre-orders start, that is when I will believe the release date is set in stone. Next up, I want to talk about one thing that's been really on my mind, and that is when we finally get our hands on this game, just how much hard drive space are we all going to need to free up? Because while some AAA studios are starting to get better about file compression and, you know, just overall optimization of the files, most AAA games have been absolutely massive as of lately in terms of file size, and GTA 6 is shaping up to be one of the biggest games of all time. So people are really starting to worry, including me, about just how much hard drive space this is going to take up. I mean, Call of Duty recently had to do some massive reworking of their games so that they're not taking up like 200 plus gigabytes on people's hard drives. And that's just a first-person shooter online game. If Call of Duty was over 200 gigs, how big will GTA 6 be? Well, we actually have some predictions on that. According to some rumors floating around, GTA 6 is going to hover around 120 to 150 gigabytes, but it will probably reach a little over 200 gigabytes once all of the updates start coming out. Assuming Rockstar is planning on releasing physical copies, the game will have to be below 200 gigs, due to the fact that the Blu-ray discs that the games are printed on nowadays cap out at about 100 gigs of storage. And since some really big games come with 2 discs, that means physical copies of GTA 6 would have to be less than 200 gigs. Granted, it is possible that there will be a mandatory day 1 patch. Like, I pretty much guarantee that that's going to happen. That would likely put the total file size to over 200 gigs. But since this is Rockstar we're talking about, and they generally prefer that their physical games are playable off the disc without any internet connection, that would mean GTA 6's launch size will have to be less than 200 gigabytes. But of course, as the day 1 patches and all that stuff start coming out, the total file size for the game will likely increase to well over that 200 gig mark. So be prepared for that. But that's going to wrap it up with this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe with your noties on. And until next time, this has been Wes,